Now on WRDE Coast TV.
We're tracking potential Tropical Storm 16 to our south this morning. It will bring tropical storm conditions to Delmarva beginning later today into tonight and the weekend. I'll break down all the impacts coming up.
And the potential for record-breaking flooding here along the coast, what you can do to prepare.
State police activity in Milton, what we know so far about a developing situation.
Paving project pushed back, the delay in Rehoboth Beach that some businesses consider as good news.
Need for new bridge in Fenwick Island, the plans made public last night for a key area of the town.
From the beaches to the bay, coverage you can count on. WRDE Coast TV News Today. Your morning news starts right now.
It is Friday, September 22nd, 2023. Good morning, I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning, I'm Paige Marley.
And thank you for being up with us during this 5 o'clock hour. We have reached the weekend, although weather-wise, it could be a rough one.
Yeah, definitely. Probably not the weekend you were hoping for.
It wasn't, Paige.
I know. It wasn't for you. Because it's not beach weather.
Right.
So if it's not beach weather, it's not a weekend for Matt. But if it's a stay in and watch movies kind of weather, I'm digging
What's
it.
got two thumbs?
This girl, that's me. We'll bring in First Alert meteorologist Bob Trahy. Bob, I'm curious, beach or stay in and watch movies? What are you feeling this weekend?
Oh, well, I think beach for like the weather nerd like myself to check out the waves and the wind and everything like that. But for everybody else, plan B, inside movies, all that stuff, because it will be kind of a clunker weather-wise. We are watching potential Tropical Storm 16 now. It's an open area of low pressure off the southeast coast, winds of 50 miles per hour, and they could be naming the storm as we go through time. It's not going to change the impacts at all. It's going to be tracking through eastern North Carolina as a tropical storm, and then over us as we go into Sunday as a tropical depression. So we have many impacts. Let me go back to that real quick. We have several impacts. All right, let's go ahead and advance that to the next one. Coastal flood watch for a good chunk of Delaware, and we have coastal flood warnings right along the coast. We have a high wind warning essentially for everybody, and a tropical storm warning, and that goes through the weekend. Ocean Pines, Golf Club Shores, Salisbury, and a good chunk of Maryland. Could see 1 to 3 inches of rain from Seaford into Milford, Long Neck, Georgetown, Lewis, maybe 3 to 5. Could see winds 40 to 60 miles per hour right along the coast. Inland around 30 to 50 miles per hour. And we could be looking at major coastal flooding, moderate flooding right along the coast, but those inland bays and tributaries certainly could see some flooding as we're looking at the winds and clouds increasing into the afternoon. Then the rain builds in intensity as we go into this evening. So now's the time to plan for that tropical system. Make sure you secure all those outdoor items and are ready for a tropical system. I'll have much more on that coming up in just a little bit.
All right, Bob, thank you so much. Well, we're talking record-breaking flooding projected in some areas along our coast, like Bob was mentioning, especially on the Delaware Bay in like lower lying areas.
Now, Coast TV News reporter Heidi Kirk is live in Rehoboth Beach. HDK flooding, a major concern, but a nor'easter offers more than one threat along the coast.
Good morning, Matt and Paige. One of the last times I was out here on Rehoboth Beach reporting, I was talking about the process called beach replenishment. You know it well if you live here. It's where they pump sand out onto this beach. They repair these dune crossings behind me, and they just make the beach better for everyone. And now the big fear is when a nor'easter comes through that it's going to rip through the coastlines and mess up these dune crossings that were just repaired. And if you live here, it's something that you worry about. Now go ahead and take a look at your screens. You're going to see some footage that we've shot in years past during major amounts of rain and flooding. That is in Oak Orchard, and people who live there know this very well. It's always a major concern, and as Delaware is the lowest lying state, it's always something that people are aware of and worrying about. And now this time around, with more rain forecasted, you just heard it from Bob, it is on the way, and it's something that is front of mind. And the National Weather Service is forecasting potential record-breaking flooding, especially on the Delaware Bay. So if you live on those areas, be aware of that. We have information on our website on how you can stay safe, because you do not want to get swept away in these floodwaters. Matt, Paige.
Heidi Kirk live in Rehoboth Beach. Thank you for that. Now, due to the forecast, weekend events are already getting canceled or postponed. The Lewis Farmers Market says its Saturday market at George H.P. Smith Park has been canceled. Last one of the season is September 30th.
And the historic farmers market isn't the only cancellation or postponement. The Delaware State Police 5K Run Walk, that has been rescheduled to October 29th. That'll be at the Starboard in Dewey Beach. The Trap Pond Beer, Wine, and Spirits Festival is canceled. The Tanger Classic Fishing Tournament in Crisfield is canceled. The Walk to End Alzheimer's in Rehoboth Beach will now be held next Saturday, the 30th. We have more events that are postponed or canceled on WRDE.com.
And we have breaking news this morning. As you first saw on the Coast TV News app, there was a heavy Delaware State Police activity in Milton. Troopers were seen searching a cornfield near the intersection of Chestnut Street and Route 5. A helicopter was flying over the area as well. Reached out to state police. They were not able to obtain any additional information. This is a developing story, and we will update the Coast TV News app and website when more information becomes available. Moving on, we are taking you live to Rehoboth Beach. This is our Boardwalk Plaza camera. And that's where Heidi Kirk was. We can see pretty calm right now, but this is an area of focus for city officials. And new this morning, the future of the existing Rehoboth Beach Patrol headquarters on the boardwalk at Baltimore Avenue. Special meeting today. The city commissioners are expected to discuss the demolition of the existing building in order to construct a new headquarters and comfort station.
Yeah, it was last month the city awarded a contract of nearly $5 million to construct the new headquarters to Delmarva Veterans Builders. When complete, it'll be a 2-story structure. The plan calls for Beach Patrol to be located on the 2nd floor, with public restrooms and changing station on the 1st floor. Demolition of the existing building is required to meet a goal of having those restrooms constructed in time for Memorial Day weekend.
Staying in Rehoboth Beach, a long-planned repaving of Rehoboth Avenue was initially scheduled to begin this fall, but we'll have to wait a bit longer than that before you see our work starting on the avenue. The time frame is being pushed back to early 2024. The city says it was working with DelDOT on a contract for the project.
DelDOT's got to get the contract package ready. It's got to be advertised and do all those administrative things. And then we're kind of at their mercy as to when they get that ready to go.
And the last time Rehoboth Avenue was paved, that was back in 2005. Williams says it's not known right now how long the job will take, but cars will still be able to drive through during construction.
Moving to a roadwork project just down the coast in Fenwick Island. Thursday, the Planning Commission there hosted a meeting and heard from the public about construction plans for the Route 50 bridge. The plan is for DelDOT to reconstruct the bridge due to some wear and tear, with the addition of a single lane for turns and a bike lane. This is along with expanding the sidewalks. People in Fenwick Island, surrounding community, turned in surveys on the new design of that bridge.
We feel we have a lighthouse that represents what our town is about, and we don't want, because of dark skies, we don't want any added lighting pollution to our communities.
The reconstruction of Route 54 is expected to be complete by May of 2026.
This morning, 2 people who live in Laurel, a 37-year-old woman and a 50-year-old man, are facing a number of drug-related charges. Alonzo Roberts is facing 7 felony counts, while Heather Andrews has 2 charges against her. This week, a joint law enforcement effort, including Troop 5, arrested the 2 after a 4-month drug investigation. In a search of 2 homes in Laurel, a number of illegal drugs were found, including over 20 grams of cocaine. According to state police, Roberts was suspected of large-scale distribution of narcotics, and he is at Sussex Correctional Institution on $62,600 cash bond. 8 days and counting. It's how long Republican and Democrat lawmakers have to prevent the government from going broke.
Yeah, John Lawrence shows us with tensions brewing within the GOP, the chances of coming to terms on a plan seem to be dwindling.
If Washington, D.C.'s effort to prevent a government shutdown is compared to a football game, it's the 4th quarter and both teams are getting tackled before reaching the end zone.
This is something that House Republicans know very well, that they have to do their jobs. They're the ones to fix this problem.
Long story short, a group of conservative Republicans are demanding major spending cuts, and without them, they won't make a deal.
Elections have consequences, and my folks back home are saying, quit spending this much money.
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer on Thursday made a procedural move that will allow the Senate to work on a short-term funding bill next week.
We must work in a bipartisan fashion to keep our government open, avoid a shutdown, and avoid inflicting unnecessary pain on the American people. This action will give the Senate the option to do just that.
And it appears some Republicans in D.C. will support actions like this, including Congressman Mike Lawler, who tweeted, quote, "Failure is not an option."
I am not going to be party to a shutdown. It does not serve a purpose. By the way, you save no money. You're going to end up costing the American people more money with the shutdown. So it's really illogical.
In the meantime, everything is up in the air, like a Hail Mary pass in football. I'm John Lawrence reporting.
President Biden and Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky met at the White House Oval Office Thursday. Biden continues to seek more U.S. taxpayer money for aid to Ukraine. It is a package valued up to $325 million, and it is separate from the additional $24 billion that the president wants Congress to approve for Ukraine. We still have a lot more news to get to this morning on Coast TV News Today.
Yeah, Paige, coming up, e-bike debate in Rehoboth Beach, the potential for new policy in the city.
Also, troubling economic indicators. New data showing stress in the housing market.
And bracing for the storm. We know it's coming. How states that will feel it first are dealing with this severe weather.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, dive into action with Delmarva Dock Dogs. Meet this week's Pet of the Week. Plus, Coast TV News' Jeanette Gallardo is going to update us on weekend storm expectations and how you can prepare. Coast Life today at 4 on Coast TV.
Turn your home into a masterpiece with Artwork Painting. Local professional painters at an affordable price.
Artwork Painting did an excellent job with our house. We were really happy with all of the pieces of work they did, the drywall work, the walls, the trim. I would definitely recommend Artwork Painting for your house.
Artwork Painting treats our customers and their homes with care, delivering quality work and experiences. Call Artwork Painting now for a free same-day estimate. Artwork Painting, keeping Southern Delaware beautiful inside and out.
Draper Media, an equal opportunity employer, is dedicated to provide broad outreach regarding job vacancies at the station. We seek the help of local organizations in referring qualified applicants to our station. Organizations that wish to receive our vacancy information should email humanresources@wboc.com.
Dinosaur Adventure roars into Salisbury. One weekend only. Wacomico Civic Center. With life-size dinosaurs and massive family fun. Experience the thrill of the prehistoric age. Featuring the ferocious T-Rex, Triceratops, Velociraptor, and more. Go on a realistic fossil dig. Take a ride on your favorite dinosaur. Bounce around in the prehistoric playground. And a baby dinosaur meet and greet. Take an amazing dinosaur adventure. This weekend only. Wacomico Civic Center. Tickets at dinosauradventure.com.
The Dots classic hits from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. The Duck on 107.1, 105.1, and 104.3. The station where you know the words to every song. Track the storm with the Coast TV First Alert Weather Team.
.514 on our Friday morning as we are bracing for tropical storm conditions. Already seeing the grass and bushes swaying on Rehoboth Beach right now. Temperatures are in the 50s and 60s, and with that breeze feeling even cooler. And along the coast right now, already sustained winds at 20 miles per hour at Indian River Inlet. And we are looking at the clouds increasing. And here's the tropical system now that continues to slowly move to the north and will start to build in that rain as we go into later today. But for the kids, off to the bus stop this morning, 59, partly cloudy skies. Make sure they have the jacket. And then heading home, 72, mostly cloudy and breezy. Then the rain and wind starts to build in, Matt.
Bob, you and the First Alert Weather Team, you've been tracking this storm for a while, and we also look south to us for how states that will get hit first are handling it.
Absolutely. And of course, it was North Carolina. And this week, they got hit near the Outer Banks, and they were hit with the after effects of, or the indirect effects of Hurricane Lee. And now people living there are preparing for additional damage from this tropical system. Will it become named? That remains to be seen. We are looking at large waves, high winds of about 55 miles per hour, and tidal flooding along the coast. North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper released a statement telling residents to prepare for the bad weather. The state emergency response team will move to an enhanced watch starting later today. And we'll continue to watch that to see if it is named here later today.
Microsoft unveiled its latest entry into the artificial intelligence race. It's named Copilot, and the company says it'll be your everyday AI companion. It's scheduled to launch on Windows 11 Tuesday, September 26. The company also announced new Surface computers at that event. Some more troubling signs for the U.S. economy. Home prices rose last month as markets continue to experience low inventory. According to the National Association of Realtors, the median price for existing homes right now in August it was $407,000. That's nearly 4% higher than just a year ago. This is the second month of rising home prices.
And weather-wise, we are tracking potential Tropical Storm 16 this morning. It will impact us later today into the upcoming weekend. I'll break down the impacts coming up after the break.
BB Healthcare Specialty Surgical Hospital is where I had my hip replacement with Dr. Joe Farrell. It was an amazing experience from the start to the finish. During physical therapy sessions at the state-of-the-art gym, husband Mark and I were impressed with a beautiful piece of artwork donated by George Hudson. We made a gift to sponsor this and hope our gratitude will motivate others to do the same.
We are so proud to support BB Healthcare.
It was an older porch with concrete. There were stains on the floor. My wife, who researches everything, decided to look at Pinnacle concrete coatings. They explained the entire process, and it was right on track. They got it done in a day, and things were bright and clean, and everybody seemed to appreciate it all that much more. The quality is high-end, and the lifetime warranty can't be beat. I would more than say, yes, you ought to recommend them. They were right on time. They explained it clearly. They worked with our schedule. They got it done, and it is perfect.
When it's your home, we know you always want the best. And if it's unique, stylish, and custom made, Superior Screen and Glass is your place. We are dedicated to providing the highest quality craftsmanship to our clients on every project. With our Pella and Anderson certified windows and doors, we will help highlight the beauty and function of your home with energy efficient, protective glass. To make your business or home superior and beautiful, trust the experience and expertise of Superior Screen and Glass.
Track the storm with the Coast TV First Alert Weather Team.
It is 5:18 on your Friday. You guys, it's Friday.
Friday.
Happy Friday.
Got to get down with Friday, Paige and Bob.
Always.
Yeah, I think we were all looking forward to some weekend fun, whether it was indoors or outdoors, but we do have to talk about this. This is the story of the day. We are tracking some serious weather.
Yes, we are. Indeed. You know, we're looking at tropical storm conditions, guys. And I guess it's all semantics when it comes to naming a tropical system as opposed to not naming it. If they do name the system, the impacts will not change. If it is named, it will become Ophelia. All right, that's the next storm on the list. But right now, it's potential tropical storm 16. Make sure you scan the QR code right there, and that will download the Coast TV weather app, and that will get you pretty much right there where we need to see the warnings for the tropical systems and all that stuff. Tropical storm warning for a lot of us. We are looking at a flooding that is in the order of about 2 to 5 inches of rain, a high wind warning, gusts 40 to 50 mile per hour plus, and coastal issues, high surf, coastal flooding, and beach erosion likely. Here is 16 right now. It still looks like it's kind of opened as far as the clouds go, but it is a closed off circulation, and it has winds of 50 miles per hour now off the southeast coast. So they could name it, but it just doesn't have enough tropical ingredients. But it'll be tracking to the north, making landfall Saturday along the coast of North Carolina, and then moving just west of Norfolk as we go into Sunday 2 a.m., and then basically right over the top of us as we go into Sunday as a weakening tropical depression. We've got watches and warnings. The map's lit up like a Christmas tree. Coastal flood watch, inland areas of Delaware, coastal flood warning along the coast, high wind warning as well, and in the red area to the south, that's a tropical storm warning for winds that are in excess of 38 miles per hour. But I think we too in Delaware will see those winds in excess of 38 miles per hour. There's that coastal flood warning for coastal Sussex County, where I think we will see flooding some of the bays and tributaries as we go through time. Here are the temperatures now, 50s and 60s this morning. Winds starting to pick up along the coast. And once again, there are the warnings. Tropical storm warning to the south across Maryland and coastal flood warnings here across areas of Delaware. As we go through time, clouds thicken up today and the winds start to increase. And then later today, the rain starts to build in. It gets heavy tonight and the winds will really be picking up at least 40 miles per hour, gusting to 60 along the coast. That rain very heavy into your Saturday morning. Into Saturday later, I think we get a break. The winds and the rain quiet down a little bit. But as we go into Saturday evening, another band of rain and maybe some thunderstorms as well. And then moving into Sunday, the wind shifts to the west and we could be looking at the possibility of still a few showers. But look at these wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour at least by 8 o'clock along the coast, over 30 inland, and along the coast some places 60 miles per hour. Maybe tomorrow morning around 60 in Dewey Beach, around 40 to 45 miles per hour inland areas, and still very breezy as we go Saturday into Sunday. Rainfall amounts on the order of about 2 to 5 inches. So we're looking at flooding from the rain and poor drainage areas and the coastal flood problems as well. Future waves, they will be big, perhaps on the order of 4 to 8 feet along the coast and maybe as big as 10 feet off of Ocean City. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, 73 today with the rain. The rain and wind continues into Saturday with the first alert weather day. Showers Sunday, and then we go into next week. It is a little cooler and drier. Here's our umbrella winner today. It's Diane Brubaker from Del Mar. Congratulations, Diane, on your brand new umbrella from Paul Davis and Coast TV.
And a reminder, you can hear Coast TV news and weather updates throughout the day on our family of radio stations. Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3, 93.5 The Beach, and Big 107.7.
Dealing with affordable housing in Lewis, and city officials are seeking public input. Town Hall will be held at the Cinema Arts Theater in Lewis. This will be on Tuesday, October the 3rd. Doors opening there at 5:30 p.m.
In Laurel, property owners can expect larger bills in the future. The town says it will have an increase in real estate taxes of 30%. That starts October 1st. And water rates, those are also expected to go up.
Coming up, electric bike, Rehoboth Beach debate as officials there consider putting in regulations on this popular way to get around the city.
Cool things to do, rain or shine. I'm Mallory Metzner. Coming up, I'll show you all the cool things you can still do on the first day of fall and all weekend long.
Performing out of space?
Yes, next July.
Wow, that's amazing. Oh, I can't change these plans.
We're stealing in the sun next summer. Heist of a lifetime.
The Olympics.
Come on, you in?
Roman Reigns will defend his title against anyone, anytime. Except next July.
Watch for the IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep.
True Blue Jazz Festival brings bandleader and drummer Bobby Sanabria and his Multiverse Jazz Big Band to Nassau Valley Vineyards October 14.
Hi everybody, it's Bobby Sanabria. Join me in my incredible 24-piece multi-Grammy-nominated Multiverse Big Band featuring Janice Siegel, Antoinette Montague, and Jennifer J. Ledesma on vocals as we perform a special concert dance honoring the Latin Jazz Big Band tradition as part of the True Blue Jazz Festival.
Get your tickets now at truebluejazz.org.
Michael Anderson of Anderson Wealth Management has the strategies you need to help plan your retirement. Catch Wise Money right here on WRDE.
It's football season, and Delmarva Sports Network takes you into the action with Down and Distance, a new show with the Friday Night Lights matchup of the week, plus Delmarva players to watch, top plays of the week, Bayside and Henlopen Conference power rankings, and exclusive interviews with players and coaches. Tune in to DSN Fridays prior to our game of the night this fall season. Down and Distance, only on the Delmarva Sports Network. Local teams, big dreams.
Experience the thrill of the race with Post Time with Heather Vitale, only on the Delmarva Sports Network. From the energetic sprints at Ocean Downs to the heart-racing action at Bally's Dover, all the way to the vibrant atmosphere of Harrington Raceway, we bring you the true pulse of harness racing.
Sunday mornings at 8 and 11:30 on DSN, DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com, or on the DSN app. Post time on Delmarva Sports Network.
Latino! Yo, 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 yo. You got what it takes to be the next. Don't ever stop, move, shake, be proud, be bold. Dale pa'lante, be the next story told. Dale pa'lante, be the next story told.
The future of e-bikes is up for debate in Rehoboth Beach. E-bikes are a popular way to get around in Rehoboth Beach. Some people worry, though, about riders going too fast on trails. One man who is an avid bike rider even told Coast TV why he's all for regulations, but not full on a ban.
Regulations, yeah, because they're still bikes. And what if your battery dies, you can just ride, you know, like our one lady, this is her first time on her e-bike, and she's trying not to use the battery unless she needs it.
Rehoboth Beach does not currently have an e-bike policy in place. A meeting to review e-bikes on Thursday was canceled, so any changes on that policy are on hold.
Well, before it became a red alert day, I was telling you guys off camera that I was eyeing this up as a beach day today, Bob, but you're telling me there could be a window there.
There could be. I think you're okay through noon as far as staying dry, and the wind's not too bad. But then after that, we start to ramp up the wind and rain as we go into the evening hours. Here's our beach forecast. Rip current threat high. Obviously, stay out of the water with the turbulent conditions. Waves building to about 4 to 8 feet, and the wind's really picking up, gusting to about 40 miles per hour as we go into the afternoon. Ocean City around 71-year high and mid-70s for Fenwick Island with that rain building in through the evening. It will be a bumpy ferry ride from Lewis to Cape May. Lower 70s with the wind and rain as we go through the afternoon. Rehoboth Beach also looking at wind and rain building in with this tropical system that will continue tonight into the weekend. I'll have more details on it coming up.
The holiday season, it'll be here before we know it. That means it's the return of Draper Media's Bless Our Children campaign. Through generous donations from businesses and individuals like yourself, we do our best each year to make sure every child has a present to open on Christmas morning. We do that by supporting nonprofits that hand-pick families in need, just like the Boys and Girls Club. Applications for nonprofits like that are now open. Those are due October 31st. All right, Saturday, it's the official first day of fall, and First Alert Coast TV meteorologists, all of them really, they've been predicting, though, a wet start to the season.
We've been hearing about it all morning, Paige. Coast TV news anchor Mallory Metzner shows us the cool things to do, rain or shine.
The Cool Things to Do calendar is packed with indoor events that can't get rained out, but others are on as planned no matter what the weather brings. The 6th annual Delaware Resorts Fall Home Expo is at Cape Henlopen High School on Saturday and Sunday. Admission is free to discover everything you need for your home or possibly even a new home. Crooktoberfest is kicking off the fall season at the Crooked Hammock in Lewis Saturday night. That includes an annual stein holding competition, which I may get to judge this year as the event Best Master. An inaugural Oktoberfest in Ocean Pines is on Sunday in Whitehorse Park. OC Adventure Fest is back at the Convention Center all weekend long with an outdoor sports and gun show and a Don McLean concert. A portion of sales benefit first responders. A dinosaur adventure will bring realistic life-size dinosaurs to life in the Wicomico Civic Center Saturday and Sunday. Hundreds of musicians, dancers, and craftspeople will take the stage in downtown Salisbury for the Maryland Folk Festival all weekend long. A first ever free professional dance festival on Assateague Island is planned for Sunday. A new art exhibition called Love Letter to Lewis has an opening reception on Saturday from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Heidi Low Gallery. We have full event schedules to all the cool things to do on WRDE.com.
Brought to you by North Bay Marina, where boaters have the most fun.
Calling all truckers. Rigs from across the U.S. roll into town to be a part of the 21st Annual Truck Convoy for Special Olympics, Saturday, September 23rd. Over 200 trucks take a police-escorted ride from the Delaware State Fairgrounds and parade throughout southern Delaware. All proceeds benefit thousands of athletes who train and compete year-round here in Delaware. Participants must be pre-registered by September 18th. For more info and to register, visit SODE.org.
Coming up this week on the Delmarva Home Show, we're touring two homes. One is a beautiful 4-bedroom condo at the Gateway Grand. The Gateway Grand is one of Ocean City's newest and most spectacular luxury condominium buildings featuring an abundance of amenities. We're also touring a townhome located in Plantation Lakes featuring a beautiful kitchen and a large deck overlooking the golf course. You can watch the Delmarva Home Show on Sunday at 11:30 a.m. on WBOC.
Latino, si se puede. Yo, 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 yo. You got what it takes to be the next. You got what it takes to be the next. Don't ever stop, move, shake, show 'em what you got. Dale pa'lante, fly your way up to the top. You got what it takes to be the next. Dale pa'lante. Don't ever stop, move, shake, be proud, be bold. Dale pa'lante, be the next story told. Dale pa'lante, be the next story told.
We're feeling the love on Tamron Hall.
Dave, it's not the honeymoon. And on the next Tamron Hall, lessons in love, where to find it, how to keep it, and how to pick yourself up again if you lose it. Plus, Real Housewives of Atlanta alum Cynthia Bailey, she's revealing the lessons she's learned facing her new reality dating after divorce. Next Tamron Hall.
Friday at 3 on Coast TV.
From the beaches to the bay, coverage you can count on. WRDE Coast TV News Today. Your morning news starts right now.
It's September 22nd, 2023. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Paige.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Paige Marley.
Yeah, we're approaching 5:32 a.m. on this Friday. You know, we know some strong weather is coming our way. We know that, but you wouldn't know it if you looked outside right now.
That's so true. I've been telling you guys all week, too. I have this wedding I'm going to tomorrow, and I've been asking Bob, I'm like, any changes, any changes? Every day. So happy to have First Alert meteorologists. I call them the future tellers. So we're going to have your future told right now by Bob Trihey. We're bringing him in. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Matt and Paige. Yeah, still looks wet for the wedding in Pennsylvania, Paige. And we are looking at tropical storm conditions for us as we go through time. Now, here is potential tropical storm 16. It's still spinning off the southeast coast, and it's got winds of 50 miles per hour, and it could be named later today as a tropical storm. It's all semantics, could be Ophelia. It will be making landfall in North Carolina Saturday and then moving to our neck of the woods as a tropical depression as we go into Sunday. We have a slew of watches and warnings pertaining to the system, and we'll go back to that right now. Let's go ahead and advance that. There we go. Coastal flood watch, inland areas of Delaware, coastal flood warning for coastal Sussex County, a high wind warning along the coast, and a tropical storm warning for areas of Maryland. But I think even in Delaware, we will feel some of those tropical storm impacts. 1 to 3 inches of rain for inland parts of Delaware, 3 to 5 inches a little farther east, and 30 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts inland, up to 60, maybe a little more along the coast. And we could be looking at moderate to maybe major coastal flooding with this system as we go in through time. Here are the clouds increasing as we go through the day, and the winds increasing as well into the afternoon. And you can see the rain building in through the evening. It becomes very heavy tonight, a windswept rain. So we still have a window today where you can prepare for the storm. So make sure the outdoor items are secured. I'll have much more on the system coming up.
All right, thanks, Bob. Some areas record-breaking flooding is projected along our coast, especially on the Delaware Bay. That is an area that's always prone to flooding in periods of severe weather.
Yeah, Coast TV News reporter Heidi Kirk is live right now in Rehoboth Beach. Heidi, whether it's the beach or the bay, severe weather can have a real impact on our coast.
Matt and Paige, beach replenishment just took place here in Rehoboth Beach just months ago over the summer. And now with this nor'easter headed toward us, that is front of mind for a lot of people. They're worried that it's going to knock out all the work that was done here. And as you know, that process makes the beach wider. It also repairs some of these dune crossings that you see behind me. And right now they're in mint condition, but after this weather rolls through, we don't know what it's going to look like. Now go ahead and take a look at some video on your screens. You're going to see some severe flooding from years past. That That video was shot in Oak Orchard, Delaware. That is one of the worst areas, and I know people in that area this morning, they're starting to think about this severe weather coming through and worrying that that is what the area right outside their homes is going to look like. And as the lowest lying state, this is something we're familiar with up and down our coastlines. Now, I know Bob mentioned it, but there is record-breaking flooding potential here, especially on the Delaware Bay. So if you live in one of those areas, make sure you have a plan. The National Weather Service does issue some reminders, some of those being things like just avoid floodwaters entirely. If you see your streets flooded, don't venture into it, especially with your car. Also, avoid areas where you know there's streams, there's low-lying areas on your street. Just be aware before you venture out there that they aren't flooded. And best of all, I actually haven't thought about this, have an evacuation plan. Make sure that as this weather rolls through, you know how you can get out of your home and safely from point A to point B before you get in your car. Matt, Paige.
We have breaking news this morning. As you first saw on the Coast TV News app, there was a heavy Delaware State Police presence in Milton this morning. Troopers there were seen searching a cornfield. This is near the intersection of Chestnut Street and Route 5. A helicopter was also flying over the area. I reached out to State Police, was not able to obtain any additional information. Now, this is a developing story, and we will update the Coast TV News app and website when more information becomes available. Taking you live now to Rehoboth Beach. We're going back there, actually, because that's where Heidi Kirk was. This is our Boardwalk Plaza camera. Pretty quiet on the boardwalk right now. It's an area of focus for city officials. And new this morning, the future of the existing Rehoboth Beach Patrol headquarters on the boardwalk at Baltimore Avenue. At a special meeting today, the city's commissioners are expected to discuss the demolition of the existing building in order to construct a new headquarters and comfort station.
Also in Rehoboth Beach, we are now learning that a planned repaving project on Rehoboth Avenue in Rehoboth Beach is delayed. Coast TV News reporter Charles Reinert shows us that some business owners there see this actually as a break from a potential loss of money.
A view from above shows what Rehoboth Avenue looks like on a busy day. A repaving project of the avenue was supposed to start this fall, but that's now been pushed back until early 2024. Nosko Ivanov, who owns Critter Beach, thinks it's great news for businesses like his.
January, February is the slowest, then March start picking up again, but I believe that if they're gonna do something, they should do it then and not before December.
The project is a team effort with the city of Rehoboth Beach and DelDOT. Public Works Manager Kevin Williams says DelDOT needs a little more time before this project can begin, though he adds starting in the winter would make the job tougher.
Obviously it's harder to resurface and pave, get asphalt in the wintertime, but maybe we can get all the associated concrete work and everything else done, and then maybe in March or so be ready to pave. So we're hopeful that it's done, obviously, before the start of the new season.
The good news, according to Williams, is that Rehoboth Avenue will not be closed completely while construction is underway. But any slowdown or traffic clog due to the repaving has business owners like Chad Miller worried.
Consider the business owners, even the residents in town. There's got to be a reason why they need to repave it, but also taking consideration ourselves, and we're trying to do the best that we can.
The last time the avenue was repaved was 2005. A lot has changed since then, but what hasn't changed is the need to balance improving the nation's summer capital and keeping visitors, business, and money moving.
I'm Charles Reinert, Coast TV News.
This morning, two people who live in Laurel, a 37-year-old woman and a 50-year-old man, are facing a number of drug-related charges. Alonzo Roberts is facing 7 felony counts, while Heather Andrews has 2 charges against her. This week, a joint law enforcement effort, including Troop 5, arrested the two after a 4-month drug investigation. In search of 2 homes in Laurel, a number of illegal drugs were found, including over 20 grams of cocaine. According to state police, Roberts was suspected of large-scale distribution of narcotics. He is now at Sussex Correctional Institution on over $62,000 cash bond.
Developing news out of Millsboro, where a change to how surveillance cameras on Main Street operate will be the result of an over $39,000 in grant money. The department is currently building a new headquarters on Railroad Avenue and Ellis Street. An antenna that will connect to cameras on Main Street will be built on the water tower that's behind the new building. Businesses in Millsboro say these cameras do make a difference.
Their presence is known in town. You may think they're hidden away, but they're out there.
And Police Chief Ryan Calloway expects the antenna to be in use by January of next year.
It's time to start seriously considering buying Powerball tickets. The lottery says the jackpot is now over an estimated $725 million. That would be the 8th largest prize in the game's history. The next Powerball drawing is Saturday night.
Free children's immunizations will be offered by the Wicomico County Health Department on Tuesday, September 26th, and also again on Thursday, the 28th. Students entering kindergarten through 9th grade must have proof of 2 chickenpox vaccines, and appointments must be made in advance. Well, we still got a lot more to get to. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up, Raising Bucks on the Bay, the charity event last night on the Bay for the Bay. Also, interstate volleyball battle. Sussex Tech is rolling down Highway 13 and looking to get back over 500 with a match at Salisbury Christian.
And park changes in Lewis and the focus of getting outdoors near the library. Stay with us on Coast TV News today.
Mark your calendars. The second annual OC Adventure Fest is set for September 22nd to the 24th. National music acts like Don McLean, hunting, fishing, gun show, canine working dog exhibition, and more. There will be something for everyone. Come join the fun. For more information and to purchase your tickets now, go to ocadventurefest.com.
Welcome to the ride home on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. First rule of the ride home, we definitely talk about the ride home. In fact, tell all your friends. Second rule of the ride home, we have fun. Top 10 Tuesday, Would You Rather Wednesday, and every day you pick the songs on the high five. And the third rule of the ride home, we don't take ourselves too seriously. You've got enough to stress about. So let me handle the ride home, weekdays from 3 to 7 on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3.
Get ready to experience the ultimate CNC and RV lifestyle event at the OCRV Show October 12th to the 15th at the Roland E. Powell Convention Center. Explore a vast collection of new RVs and custom van life builds tailored for those seeking the thrill of life on the road. Enjoy exciting activities like kayaking, supboarding, fishing, and yoga, along with educational speakers, BMX demos, and bay cruises. The OCRV Show is the ultimate event for those who want to learn how to live it up when on the open road. Get tickets at ocrvshow.com and embark on a journey of a lifetime.
Our mission here at the Boardwalk Buddy Walk is simple: to create a community where people with Down syndrome or any other cognitive disorder can live, work, and play. That's why every October we invite family and friends to a full weekend of acceptance and inclusion in Rehoboth Beach. This year's event takes place at 9 a.m. at the Rehoboth Beach Boardwalk and Bandstand. So come out to this year's Boardwalk Buddy Walk and walk with us.
It is 5:43 on this Friday morning, getting ready for tropical storm conditions later today. Ocean City right now 69. Winds are picking up. Dry Tech Cam looks nice and clear. We're beginning with temperatures in the 50s and 60s this morning. Grab a jacket out the door. It is breezy, starting to get a little windy along the coast, and those winds will continue to ramp up as we're looking at clouds increasing. Rain already building into North Carolina as we're watching our tropical system still off the southeast coast, and that will be creeping to the north as we go through the day, and that will increase the rain. But your Drivecast 4 this morning, it gave it the yellow light, increasing clouds and breezy conditions. It's coming home. That's a problem. We're going to see the rain and wind increasing with time, gusty winds, and also some ponding on the roads, especially as we go into the evening and overnight. Much more on this system coming up.
From sculptures to a big red caboose to a train station replica, the Lewis Public Library and Stango Park are continuing to grow. The next project in the works is a 3,000 square foot outdoor pavilion for the library, expanding space for educational programs already held inside. Parents say the library programs are in such high demand that moving outdoors to accommodate is necessary.
They do summer series with magicians and jugglers and different things like that. And I know people come from much further than Lewis to take advantage of the park and the programs.
And the Lewis Public Library says they are hopeful to begin construction of the new pavilion come this winter.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Plenty of volleyball action last night. Let's get to some highlights. We head over to Salisbury Christian, where the Jaguars hosted the Sussex Tech Ravens. Salisbury Christian looking to get back in the win column after a 5-set loss to Nandua.
early in the first set. Salisbury Christian on the attack. It's McKenna O'Donnell with the kill to open up the scoring for the Jags, but Sussex Tech would respond. It's Marley Blank with a big swing, and it's enough for the kill and a Sussex Tech point. Then the Jags get involved in the service game. Jeanette Henning rips an ace, and she wasn't done there. The Jags set it up for guess who? Henning again. She's going to be on the end of this and blast one down for Salisbury Christian off the pass from Macy Bradford. But how about Sussex Tech doing some damage in response? Taylor Savage starts it off, then she's the one to power it down. Now it's Victoria Cheney's turn. Serving it up with the right hand, finding the hardwood for the ace. Now over to Salisbury Christian. Macy Bradford setting up Ashley Romanowski for a spike. No chance of returning that one. Taylor Savage on the service game now. The high arcing serve drops in for an ace in the fifth set. Jaguars heating up. McKenna O'Donnell slips one by the defense, and Romanowski again sends one down. The Jaguars win a thriller over the Ravens, 3-2. Follow along with all of our fall sports coverage on the free DSN app. That'll do it for sports.
And a reminder, after Coast TV News at 6 on Sunday, stick with us on Coast TV to watch Sunday Night Football. It's Pittsburgh Steelers against the Las Vegas Raiders, and that's at 7 p.m.
And we continue to track potential tropical cyclone 16 to our south this morning. It will bring tropical storm conditions to Delmarva later today into the weekend. I'll break down the impacts coming up.
When you visit the Delmarva Design Center, you'll experience a selection of appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring all together in one showroom. The 10,000 square foot location has a variety of inspiring samples for any project size or budget. Your dedicated product experts and designers collaborate to bring your dream project to life. Come and see what the kitchen industry buzz is all about. Experience the Delmarva Design Center in Selbyville, Delaware, serving all of Delmarva's coast.
See the beauty of Delmarva from a bird's eye view soaring over the shore. Mondays on Coast TV News at 6. Brought to you by Morse Roofing and Siding.
Pinnacle team was awesome. I was impressed how that was. I mean, the big machines they had.
The floor looks great. It's brighter. It brightens up the room a lot. It's, the grit in the floor helps with us responding to the, getting to our lockers. Usually we come running through here and everything like that. The Pinnacle team was really great. They were professional. They were, very honest. They wanted to get us done, and they got us done on time. Pinnacle was amazing, and we absolutely love the floor.
Pinnacle Concrete Coatings, because quality matters.
Middays with me, April Brilliant. It's a feel-good show on your radio.
April is the easiest way to get through your workday.
She can play your favorite song.
She can help you find your furry friend.
The easiest way to get through your workday is with April.
She really makes you feel special.
Hey friends, hang out with me weekdays here on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3 each day from 10 to 3.
Run away, right now, let's just run away. All that talk is killing me. I wanna say I wish that you never left. Oh, but instead I only wish you the best.
1025 WBOC.
It is 5:48 on this Friday morning. That's a live look at Ocean City on our Dry Tech Cam. This is why I love Bob.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why. I had a friend text me this morning, and they were like, hey, what's the weather going to be like in Ocean City this morning? And I said, turn on Coast TV News, watch Bob. And he did. And he texted me today, and he said, thanks. So, Bob, you helped at least one person out today.
All right, well, good. I want to help a lot of people out today. That's the key. That's the goal with the tropical system that is on the way. Make sure you scan the QR code right there, and that will get you to the Coast TV weather app. And we're looking at the impacts of tropical storm or potential tropical storm 16. It gets very confusing, but the bottom line is it's all semantics. The impacts will not change with this system as it heads our way. Tropical storm conditions, we're looking at flooding rains on the order of 2 to 5 inches, high wind warning, gusts 40 to 50 miles per hour plus, and we're looking at coastal issues, high surf, coastal flooding, and erosion as well. And we are looking at 16 right now, packing winds of 50 miles per hour, still off the southeast coast, still a little disorganized, but it is heading to the north, and we're looking at an impact on the eastern shore of North Carolina as we go into Saturday afternoon, and then west of Norfolk, and then into our neck of the woods as a tropical depression by Sunday. What it means for us, it's a lot of wind and a lot of rain and some flooding. Coastal flood watch inland Delaware. We've got a tropical storm warning across Maryland, high wind warning along the coast of coastal Sussex County, and that goes until Saturday evening. Out the door, temperatures into the 50s and 60s right now, and our winds beginning to come up along the coast, over 20 miles per hour, Indian River Inlet, and those winds will ramp up as that storm heads to the north. You can see the arrows changing color with time. Here's Futurecast at 12:30. Temperatures into the 70s, but the wind and clouds increase into the afternoon, and here comes the rain building in through this evening into tonight. It will be a windswept rain into Saturday morning. Travel is not recommended early Saturday. Still the heavy rain. Then I think it eases off a little bit by noon. Still a lingering shower or thunderstorm, and then another area of storms move in on Saturday evening, and that could give us maybe some severe weather as that lifts on through. And then we're looking at the wind starting to shift to the west as we go into Sunday. Still a shower chance there. Winds gusting to nearly 40 miles per hour along the coast later this morning, up to nearly 50 later tonight, and over 40 miles per hour inland areas Saturday morning. And you can see those gusts just really howling. The winds close to 60 miles per hour along the coast, and then they start to slowly ease off as we go through time. Future rain, about 2 to 5 inches of rain area wide, and we are looking at flooding conditions out there, coastal flood conditions, tidal flooding, and also from the rain that's falling. We're also looking at big waves around 4 to 8 feet as we go through today, Saturday, and on into Sunday as well. So bottom line, just stay indoors if you can. Your Paul Davis 7-day forecast. Friday, that's today, 73. We have the first alert weather day kicking in later today and tonight into Saturday with the tropical system. Sunday, lingering showers, 70 degrees, and then it dries out next Monday through Thursday. Temperatures in the 60s and low 70s.
All right, Bob, thank you. Heads up today, Lewis City Hall will be closed. According to the city, this will be from noon today until 4 p.m. for the city's annual employee celebration. City Hall will resume its normal hours this Monday, September 25th.
Dewey Beach all decked out last night. The Hyatt Place was the site of a fundraiser for the Delaware Center for the Inland Bays. Guests enjoyed a light fare of snacks and beverages while trying their luck at live and silent auctions. The beautiful Bayside Dewey Beach and Baywalk served as the backdrop.
Coming up this morning, a new tick-borne illness could impact what you eat for the rest of your life. The allergy you could have if you get this disease. Coast TV News Today is back after this.
Did you know there's more than one way to sell your home? If you can wait and want top dollar, use a real estate agent. But if you have tight deadlines, need fast cash, or just want to walk away, you might consider a professional home buyer. In less than 30 days, without making any repairs, waiting on buyer financing, or endless negotiations, your home could be sold. Delmarva Dave is here to help. For more information about Delmarva Dave, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, dive into action with Delmarva Dock Dogs. Meet this week's Pet of the Week. Plus, Coast TV News' Jeanette Gallardo is going to update us on weekend storm expectations and how you can prepare. Coast Life today at 4 on Coast TV.
We'll go dancing, dancing, dancing with the shadows, dancing with the shadows.
That's 'cause I used to be young. Dance, dance the night away.
1025 WBOC.
Solo Cup Saturday night. It's an alternative country party with me, Jared. Brought to you by Midshore Recyclers Incorporated. Saturdays at 7 on Coast Country, 1039 and 1063.
Scoops and scores and Friday night lights. Football coverage like you've never seen before on the Delmarva Sports Network. Live game of the night every Friday, including the pre, half, and post-game show, Scoops and Scores. Plus, we'll take you around Delmarva for the latest real-time scores during Friday Night Lights. Tune in to DSN Friday nights this fall season. Scoops and scores and Friday Night Lights only on the Delmarva Sports Network. Local teams, big dreams.
For weather coverage you can count on, get the WRDE weather app with live radar and severe weather alerts, plus a 10-day forecast. Download the free WRDE weather app, built by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
Each year, 30,000 people are officially diagnosed with Lyme disease. That's according to the CDC.
Yeah, almost 500,000 people may get sick from ticks each year in the United States. Alexa Lorenzo shows us Lyme disease is actually just one of dozens of disease ticks carry, including one that could make you allergic to meat.
Ticks. They're creepy and crawly, and you can be infected with bacteria, viruses, and parasites. Some tick-borne diseases include babesiosis, Colorado tick fever, Heartland virus, Lyme disease, Rocky Mountain spotted fever, tick-borne relapsing fever, and now doctors believe they can even cause food allergies.
Patients become sensitized by the tick bite, and then later when they eat red meat can have an allergic reaction.
Alpha-gal syndrome is a reaction to sugar found in red meat and dairy. It's caused by the bite of a Lone Star tick, and its impact is spreading across the country.
The most prevalent areas appear to be Virginia, North Carolina, Tennessee, but this tick is distributed really through much of the eastern seaboard and really out into the Midwest.
The CDC reports alpha-gal syndrome is now the 10th most common food allergy in the U.S. It affects up to 450,000 people, making them allergic to beef, pork, lamb, and dairy products.
Generally, these are delayed reactions, so maybe 4 or 6 or so hours after eating.
There's no cure, and the effect of a simple tick bite can last a lifetime. So protect yourself. Wear long pants and long sleeve shirts when you're outside in wooded areas. And check yourself when you come back inside. I'm Alexa Lorenzo reporting.
It's 5:56 this morning. Time to check in with our coastal pet of the day, brought to you by Maggie's Pet Boutique.
And we got Callie here, is looking for a forever home. According to our friends at the Brandywine Valley SPCA, 3-year-old Callie is a sweet social girl who loves lounging on a windowsill and meeting new people. And you could meet Callie and take her home.
All right, sounds good. Hey, we want to see more of your pets on Delmarva if you have them. So don't forget, you can email us content@wrde.com, right?
That's right. There it is. Content@wrde.com. See that on our screen. Send us your pets.
Sounds good. All right, let's check in with Bob again if we can. 5:57. So, Bob, rain, right?
Rain, winds, yeah, we've got it coming. Tropical storm-like conditions as we go through time. So you want to make sure, prepare now. Make sure the outdoor items are secured or brought inside, and just prepare for tropical-like conditions, tropical storm conditions into this evening. Increasing clouds through the day and increasing winds, highs into the 70s. We'll see the wind and rain ramping up for this evening into tonight, into tomorrow. As we continue on your Paul Davis 10-day forecast, lingering showers Sunday and then drier and cooler next week.
All right, thanks, Bob. In our next hour, state police presence in Milton, the early morning activity in a cornfield west of downtown.
And the potential for record-breaking flooding along our coast. What you need to know headed into the eye of the storm.